If you haven't heard of Warren Buffett, then you are probably a stranger to the whole financial world. I mean, who doesn't know the living legend? He is one of the richest people in the world and has been consistently ranking high on the Forbes list of the richest. Welcome to Fix Your Finances, Build Financial Wealth. If you want to build your financial wealth and build your mind with the right information, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for us to provide you with more valuable content. Let's get to it. As of February 2021, Warren Buffett has a whopping net worth of around $92 billion. Even though he is a philanthropist and businessman, he is probably best known for being one of the world's most successful investors. So, it's no surprise that Buffett's investment strategy has reached mythical proportions. Buffett's investment philosophy is being widely followed by thousands of investors around the globe. He is widely known as the Oracle of Omaha. Buffett runs Berkshire Hathaway, and more than 60 companies are owned by them, including Duracell, Geico, and Dairy Queen. Because of financial regulations, Buffett has no option but to disclose his portfolio to the public. This is a good opportunity for all the investors around the world, as we get to see how the greatest investing mastermind invests his money. Now let's talk about the exact stocks Warren Buffett owns. Apple. Warren Buffett's largest stock holding with Berkshire Hathaway is Apple. He owns 944.3 million shares of the company, and it makes up 47.8% of his entire stock portfolio. That's worth around $109 billion. Yep, $109 billion. We can all agree that this is a lot of money in one stock. But if you look at Apple's market capital right now, we can say that his investment is justified and makes sense. Now, you all obviously don't need me to tell you what Apple does. Anyway, the company's main product is the iPhone, which is one of the most popular selling phones in all of history. That makes up 41% of their revenue, but they also sell the MacBook and the iPad, which makes up 14% and 10.5% of the revenue, respectively. Then there are a lot of their fairly recent products, which are their wearables, Apple Watch, and home accessories that make up around 12.2%. Then there are a lot of their service products like iTunes, the App Store, Apple Music, and Apple Pay. This makes up around 22.5% of the revenue. As everyone knows, Apple is one of the biggest companies in the world right now. As we speak, Apple is valued at over $2 trillion, which is really big and impressive. If you are looking to buy Apple stocks right now, the price of an individual stock is $123 per share, earnings of $3.28. It had 5 times it since 2016 when it was worth $24 per share. Apple is one of the few brands which are recognized in almost every part of the world. I mean, you all don't need me to tell you how big and popular Apple is, right? So it is almost certain that this is one of Buffett's smartest investments. Bank of America. His second largest investment is Bank of America. It is one of the biggest banks in the USA. It is valued at over $24.3 billion and covers up 10.6% of his entire stock portfolio. If you are wondering what they do, obviously they are a bank, and they provide banking services, loans, investing, and asset management, and other financial-related roles. Even though it is a very complicated business, Buffett is very competent in the area. They sit at a pretty comfortable and affordable range for every average investor. They sell for $29 per share right now and, in return, generate earnings of $2 per share. That gives them a pretty low PE ratio in the market, which is 14.3. Another advantage of this stock is that they pay you a bit of a dividend. They provide you with an annual yield of 2.5%, which seems pretty nice. As we said earlier, even though this is a very complicated area, Buffett has been into banking stocks for a long time now and is very competent in the area. Coca Cola. Even though some might argue, we can't deny the fact that Coca Cola is one of the best drinks of all time, and they have been in the spotlight for quite a long time now. The company makes up 8.6% of Berkshire's portfolio. Buffett owns 400 million shares of the company, which is worth around $19.7 billion. The 1987 stock market crash created some attractive opportunities for investors. Coca-Cola is selling around 500 brands of beverages, including Sprite, Fanta, and vitamin water in over 200 countries. He realized that no competitor was going to appear and take away Coca-Cola's market share. On the contrary, over the years, the company has steadily absorbed potential competitors and expanded into new trends through various purchases, including Ayataka green tea and Dasani waters. American Express. American Express is the second financial company to make his top list. It isn't a bank though. This occupies around 6.6% of his total portfolio. Berkshire Hathaway holds exactly 151.6 million shares, valued at around $15.2 billion. They are known for the credit cards and traveler's check business. Buffett acquired his initial stake in this credit card company in 1963 when it badly needed capital to expand its operations. Since then, there have been many times when Buffett was a hero to the company, including during the 2008 financial crisis. The stock had an incredible couple of years and they were doing great until 2020. And then the stock got hit hard during the rough economic times, but they have managed to rebound pretty nicely. Kraft Heinz. Berkshire Hathaway and 3G Capital announced a $28 billion deal to acquire global food brand H.J. Heinz Company on February 14, 2013. It makes up around 4.3% of his total portfolio. The company merged with Kraft to become the Kraft Heinz Company 2 years later. Over the past years, this company has had a pretty tough time, but they are actually the third biggest food and beverages company in North America with annual sales of over $25 billion. Yet, they have been struggling as a stock. Their share prices had plummeted from a high of $96.65 in February 2017 to $19.99 in March 2020. However, many investors consider this an opportunity as they pay a pretty decent dividend and they are currently going for a cheap price. Buffett still seems to have faith in the company as he still holds 325.6 million shares of the company. Moody's Corporation. Moody's Corporation makes up around 3.1% of its portfolio. They are a holding company and own both Moody's Investor Service, which rates fixed income debt securities, and Moody's Analytic, which provides software and research for economic analysis and risk management. They assign ratings on the basis of assessed risk and the borrower's ability to make interest payments, and its ratings are closely watched by a lot of investors. Moody's assigns to government entities, preferred stock, and bonds. U.S. Bancorp. U.S. Bancorp is a bank holding company. They offer financial services, including depository services and lending, cash management, foreign exchange, and trust and investment management. The firm also offers mortgage, refinance, auto, boat, and RV loans, credit lines, credit card services, merchant, bank, checking and savings accounts, debit cards, online and mobile banking, ATM processing, mortgage banking, insurance, brokerage, and leasing services. Buffett currently owns close to 132 million shares in the company, and it makes up around 2.6% of his Berkshire's portfolio. This is a real testament to U.S. Bancorp because Berkshire this year has sold large portions of its stake in other regional banks with strong track records, such as PNC Financial Services and M&T Bank. But it's hard to disagree with the decision because U.S. Bancorp is one of the best in the business. Year after year, the bank generates strong, consistent returns for investors. Charter Communications. Charter Communications is the second largest cable operator in the U.S. Their services include Spectrum Internet, Spectrum Voice, and Spectrum TV. It offers business-to-business internet access, data networking, business telephone, video and music entertainment services, and wireless backhaul. The stock has been doing well and sells for around $656 per share and has done very well for Buffett as it went from $260 per share in 2018 to the price it is now. It makes up about 1.4% of the total portfolio and has a precision value worth of $3.3 billion. Wells Fargo. This makes up around 1.3% of Buffett's portfolio, and Berkshire owns 127 million shares of the company worth around $3 billion. Wells Fargo & Co. is a diversified, community-based financial services company. They are engaged in the provision of banking, insurance, investments, mortgage, and consumer and commercial finance. Their community banking segment offers a complete line of diversified financial products and services for consumers and small businesses, including checking and savings accounts, credit and debit cards, and automobile, student, and small business lending. Warren Buffett owns a lot of such financial stocks. Around 26% of his portfolio is made up of financials, 51% is made up of information technology, however, it is mainly Apple. 13% is consumer staples like Coca Cola, and finally 4% in consumer discretionary and healthcare. Let us know in the comments below if you're going to buy any of the stocks out of Buffett's portfolio, and make sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at fixyourfinances_. See you next time at Fix Your Finances.